Here we have the sobering conclusion of the parable that Jesus has told. This is the parable that distinguishes those who are placed on the right hand from those on the left, and he's pronounced his benediction with respect to those on the right, and now in a sobering contrast we have the remainder of this beginning in verse 41. So tota, indeclinable adverb, means then. Ere, from ereo or ero, means to say. It's used in the future as the future of Lego. So he will say, future tense, he will say kai also. Tois, to thee, dative masculine plural. Eggs, pneumon. This is from pneumos, means on the left. It's actually a combination of which normally means good, and the onemo is the word for name. So good name is actually the derivation of this. I'm not quite sure myself how it came to mean left, but nevertheless that's the basic etymology of the thing. So then he will say to the of the left ones, peruastha, from peruomai, deponent verb, second person plural, present active imperative. So depart or go, ap, from, emu, from me, first person genitive of the pronoun, hoi, thee, kateramenoi. This is from kateraomai, means to curse. The underlying word is katara. The kata means down. Ara is actually a word for prayer, so it's to pray down. And derived from that is the idea of to curse. This is a present participle, passive, so depart from me, you who are in a state of being cursed. Notice he doesn't say of the Father. He said in earlier benediction, blessed of the Father. The Father is not present here. It does represent the fully responsible choices that have been made by people who have knowingly and willingly submitted themselves to disobedience to God, and thus predictably can find themselves facing the curse that was their own choice, their own determined commitment to depart from what was required of them. So you cursed. Ace, into, topur, into the fire. To ionion. This, of course, is one of many New Testament affirmations that there is an eternal, unspeakably horrific negative consequence to disobedience. Fire here I think we can take to be metaphorical, but there's no particular comfort in that. As a rule, symbols point to realities greater than themselves, and I think we can take it to be the case that whatever the actual circumstance is, it will be horrific, awful, and thus it should be a great warning to all people, to Christians, to proclaim this warning to others, and to those who are outside to take seriously the repeated warnings of Scripture in this regard. So depart into the eternal fire. To hetoi mas menon. This is from hetoi mazo, to prepare. It's the passive participle, the having been prepared. Indirect object, to diabolo, for. In the dative case, the devil, kai tois angelois, and the angels, out to of him. It was not intended that there should be hell for human beings, but of course the hell is nevertheless the prospect of those who have repudiated obedience to God in whatever form they've done it and whatever knowledge they had. And thus they are plunged into the same fate as those angels for whom there was no redemption in the first place. And so the statement here, as is the case in many occasions in the Scripture, gives a fair warning and a rather sobering warning concerning the significance of the life we live, the actions we perform.